And Grand Rising, welcome to Millionaire Mindset Monday. This is Danyelle Claxton. I am your social media goddess, and today is July 1st, 2024.
Mm,
So
moving on.
this is 6 months out, and I'm just reflecting where we came from back in July. Um, One of the biggest things for me is actually getting my financials and my credit score together. And you guys, I realized getting the credit score, the credit bureaus actually report twice in the month to each other. A lot of people don't realize this. So you have two chances of making whatever payments you need to make to whomever to boost your credit score up. And it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's a very interesting thing to sit there and watch. But one of the things that, for me personally, I have a credit card that has at least a $700 limit. I'm looking to get another credit card with at least a $700 or $1,000 limit, so I can do some things. And the idea for me is to use my credit card for my everyday purchase and use the money that comes in my bank as a bank. So I use my credit card for, I don't know, DoorDash. I have the money in the bank to instantly go and pay that off. As long as I'm paying everything off by the report date, and you got to ask each credit card company, what date do you guys report to the credit bureaus? As long as that credit card is paid off by that date, your credit score is going to go up because it looks like you're doing something, you're making payments, you're doing stuff and making payments. I'm ready to travel, and so I want to have a credit card, set aside for I'm no, thanks to the talks with Lakeisha LeGrand, I'm not scared of and Jota Jewel Tankard. I'm not afraid to have credit. It's not a bad thing to have credit. It's a bad thing to have money and not be able to pay off the credit card, but to have that balance. As business owners, there's incidentals that happen. There's stuff that happens. Shit happens. And you need to have a backup source or something in order to get that card. I'm also getting a brand new car. Brand new to me. And so I'm not afraid to have, I know the interest rate is going to be up because right now my credit score is a little lower, but in 6 months, a lot of stuff can change within 6 months. So I'm happy to have these conversations and not be scared to be out here using credit cards and having credit to actually, take care of some things. So I'm excited because I'm like, not only that, finally updating my wardrobe. Sorry, I just see an interesting flake on my iPad. Um, if you don't know, TikTok has something called the TikTok shop. It's kind of like the QVC of my generation on my phone. And when I say they sell just about almost everything, they sell a little bit of everything. And they have these viral two-piece dresses that, it's summertime. I'm working from home. I like to be out here cool and stylish. So I actually got some two-piece. I thought it was going to be here yesterday, but it didn't show up yesterday. But they got some two-piece, some cute stuff in the TikTok shop. I think I'm going to actually invest in getting the ice machine because it's been so hot, and I swear I spend like $2 or $3 every time I go to the corner store to get ice to survive through this heat. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give me an ice machine because it makes sense to just have ice for my shakes and my smoothies and everything else. But the little viral dresses, I'm like, are absolutely cute and amazing. And Lolly, I went to the Trap Yoga Studio did something called Trap Sunday yesterday, where they had the brunch. They had a brunch, they had a yoga class from 4 to 5, and then they had trap karaoke. That Mike Epps spot, one mic, which used to be Punch Bowl Social downtown, that's a nice spot. That's a very nice. I'm really glad that somebody what is it, invested like that, in the city of Detroit. That's a beautiful spot. Nice spot to hang out and chill and have some good eats. And their comedy room is absolutely gorgeous. That's where they had the trap yoga. And I swear there was a girl that got up there that looked just like you, Lolly. But then I realized she had on a weave. And I'm like, Lolly has locks. So that's not her. But you got a twin out here. So it was nice. it was nice to just get out and yeah, that was fun. And I actually got a chance to walk the river walk over by the shop, the new extension, the last part that they did. And I'm like, that was pretty nice stretch of what is it? Stretch to just walk and everything like that. It's absolutely gorgeous. But what I do want to talk about today is that, okay, how many of us got content, really good content, really good pictures and videos, but you ain't doing nothing with it. You ain't really posting it. Okay. So one of the things I shared with Queen Aduni was, if you don't post anything, at least share to your story. People look at those stories. People are watching us. They're watching you. You got your people who watching you because they follow you, they support you, they uplift you, and then you got your haters. They don't want to see you do good, but they're gonna keep watching you doing good because they ain't got nothing else to do. So, I encourage us to start using our stories. Stories are powerful. I got my picture from Black Tech Saturday because they was doing free headshots for the first 150 people. And so me and Queen Aduni, we took advantage of that. I don't know how we became the first. I thought we weren't going to be the first 150, but we were part of the first 150 and got a free headshot. And they turned it around. I got mine yesterday. Did you get yours, Queen? Mm-hmm. Okay. I doctored mine up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. But at least start doing stories. If I had 5. Well, speaking about that, the city of Detroit is releasing requirements for us to what is it? You get up to $25,000 towards the purchase cost of a home if you're a first-time buyer in the city of Detroit. So one of the requirements is that you actually have to get pre-approval. So you got to go through the pre-approval process to actually get approved for a loan. That's what they don't tell you. You go to the banks and they actually look at your credit and see your income, and they tell you how much house you can afford or how much car you can afford. I know the most I can get right now for a car is $20,000. I'm cool with that. I can get me a nice Ford Escape, brand new Ford, close to a 2024 Escape with all the bells and whistles for about a good $20,000. That's within my budget. Same thing goes for a house. They may say it's $80,000. It might be $100,000. But you get pre-approved for that amount, and then you go shopping for the amount that you're approved for. So if you get approved for a $150,000 house, don't be in Royal Oak looking at a $350,000 house, because that's not what you qualify for. So you have to get qualified first, and then as you're going through the $25,000 towards the cost, closing costs of a house is significant. That's a lot of house, and yeah, there's a lot that we can do with that extra money if you're in, what is it? I can't think of the word for it, but if you're something like me, I'm starting to look at duplexes, because I'm like, a duplex, if I have somebody above me or below me, however that goes, they can pay the mortgage. And I can use my money for something else. So it's just a way of looking at these programs, being the first ones to tap in to actually get them. But trying to see if I can find my picture, because I like my picture. I just had to doctor it up just a little bit. But I got such a response just putting that in the story or sharing the story that I was at Black. Everybody knew I was at Black Tech Saturday. Everybody was commenting about me and being at Black Tech Saturday. I was like, oh, okay. Just share to your story what you're doing. You have the information, but we have to start letting people know, hey, I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm here. Watch me. Otherwise, that's why I'm looking for, like with you, Queen, I'm looking for the song on that particular billboard, because to see it and to recognize it and shout it out and bring it out, more people, and gets more people talking about it.
I have it in the email from Billy.
You have it in an email. Do you have have you seen it in the actual list though?
I have the list. Yeah.
Okay, then you should post that.
Hmm.
You should post that. Or at least put in a story, like check it out behind your music, because your music is now on Facebook. I never did see if it was on TikTok. Never got a chance to see if it was, because I need to get back on TikTok. And even though we don't know what's going on with TikTok, they talking about shutting it down. It may not be shut down to January, and then we have a whole lot of other stuff like this presidential.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand why we just can't write Kamala Harris down as a write-in at this point. I'm like, y'all, two of y'all are just an embarrassment. From Amazing K. Oh, thank you. The headshot is fire for me now. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna start a 7-day challenge because we gotta post more, and we have to post more often. I'm gonna make it easy. Just start using your stories. Start posting your stories about like what we just talked about, what we did this weekend. Post a story about it and tag people. Tag Black Tech Saturday, because certain entities likely will use your stuff to market and repost their stuff, which is kind of interesting. That's really what social media has become today. It's people just kind of like marketing everybody else. If there's a particular, for instance, I'm wearing the lip bar. The lip gloss I have on is from the lip bar, and it's in collaboration with the hair company. I think it's called Michelet. I think I'm saying that wrong, but this is their color that's a collaboration together. Just also like I'm wearing Stephanie's Old English D's. Every time I wear these, somebody asks me where you get this from. Or every time I wear Mama Evelyn's earrings, somebody asks me, oh my God, because I had Dorothy Dandridge on yesterday, and I always get, oh my God, those are so gorgeous. Got them from Mama Evelyn. How does your goddess glow? People are looking at what we're wearing or how we're styling our hair or what we're doing. And something that's just as simple as saying, okay, this is what I'm using, or even my glasses. People ask me all the time, okay, I got these from Googling. I got these online, half the cost online than Optimize or anything else. We are walking advertisements if you don't realize that or not. So why not promote not ourselves, but also promote each other's and the people who were walking. Mama Evelyn, what are you thinking about? You got the thinking cap.
No, I was just looking at, because I got the notice from someone for Black Tech Friday, and I mean Saturday, and I just earrings. Those are the earrings. You wore them.
Pretty, I like that.
I lost one of
those earrings.
Yeah, I lost one of them, but I do know where I got them from, so I'll go and replace them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get this right here. These eyes up under the eyes.
Now, well, I adopted mine up. Then I use Snapchat to just add a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are, yeah, and I'll show you how to do Snapchat, because I was like, I just need it, just because it's not like he's gonna touch it up or anything like that. It's for free. Of course, there's a fee for that. So it's like, okay, let me see what I can do. But it's nice to have a headshot, and I do know we are supposed to be changing our headshots like at least once or twice a year. Because you don't look the same over the years. So at least once or twice, new hair, new makeup. And if you look at the celebrities, the co-hosts and the hosts and everything like that, they come out with a new look at least twice a year. At least twice a year. A new promo for fall. Usually, what is it, for fall and spring? So kind of take hints from the masters. It's like it's good to change it up. And I'm excited. I'm gonna use mine a hi hello card. Also, we discovered hi hello, excellent way of passing out cards. But also, if you have an iPhone, if you could tap your phones together and share your the card that you have on your phone, to share your information to go directly on another iPhone. So that's one bit of technology that I absolutely love, because your information goes right onto the person's phone. It's right there. So there was a lot of sharing. There was a lot of contacting with the Hi Hello card. I really went because I want to find out, with the new job that I have, being an electronic visit verification coordinator for the state, well, for the agency that I work for. All that means is that I literally sit down and watch people clock in and clock out and make sure that the state is making state caregivers clock in and clock out in order to get paid. So the state has finally entered the digital world. Thank God. I don't know why it took them so long to do that. But so people have to clock in and clock out. It's not tied to billing as of yet, but the whole billing system and everything is going to be tied into one system. So I get to coordinate that system, and went to a meeting to find out that the 800 agencies that's registered in the state, somebody give me a guess as to how many are actually compliant in having their system up and running for their agency. Just for a number out there. It's 800. Guess how many in the state are actually doing it as of today? And today is launch day. Today is clock in, clock out day. Just a random number. Anybody?
10.
Ooh, okay. Close. Try again. One more time. Queen, just throw a number out there.
Well, I know. So
I would say about half, maybe half of you said it was 800?
Yeah.
So maybe 400?
Yeah.
Half, maybe.
Mama Evelyn was close, 24.
Oh, OMG.
24. When I was on this meeting, I was just like, when I heard that, I was like, you have got, the way that they put this information out here, it almost made it seem like if your agency was not up to par by January 1st, July 1st, you're going to be fined. So when I heard 24, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And some people in this meeting are so far behind. It was like they rolled out everything, in my opinion, pretty good and a good time wise for you to get things done. And there were some people that hadn't even started. I was like, agencies, I was like, really? Some of the questions that was answered, like, so people can clock in and clock out on their phone or another tablet or device. They can use the client's phone to call in and call out. You can get a key, call the fob, which changes a code every 30 seconds to clock in and clock out. So they have several ways for this to work. The question that knocked me out was when somebody asked, what if the client doesn't have a landline and the caregiver doesn't have a phone? In the back of my head, I was like, what century are we in? Like, the landlines, I understand, but there's so many people giving away free phones if you got a bridge card. It's like, how do you not have a cell phone in 2024 after the pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it may be true. It may be true, but it was just kind of a shocking question to happen. So the state is now finally on the digital level. That says a lot right there. That says a lot. Now, whether or not they're efficient with it or not, we don't know. But yes, I do know the next Black Tech Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said July 30th. And one of the things I do suggest is just take like 10 or 15 minutes a day and just search around. I call it the boards. Search the boards and see exactly what's going on. Because I didn't know it was Black Tech Saturday until I think Saturday, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention to this. But just take a look and you'll see a lot of stuff. What is it that's going on? But I think they announced it. It's July 30th, I think. I'm looking at nope, it's not July 30th. It has to be like maybe the 20th or the 27th. Somewhere around there should be the next one. But I went looking to see if I could find some more people in tech and in health. They do have a summit. They did mention that they have a summit coming in October. Now, what's the dates in October? I can't remember. But I do know they have a whole 3-day summit coming, which I knew a summit or a conference was on the way, was on the way. So, story time. Just tell us your stories. Mama Evelyn, that is a very good story to hear about how you got people looking out for you in more ways than one. Amazing Kate, I'm gonna ask you a question. Because you said you wanted to know, can you give us some tips or tricks? Okay, I'm looking at your. Okay, so one thing's for sure is that even if it's just a picture of the day, you definitely want to post a picture of the day. You know, use. Let me see if I can actually bring this up inside of
Well, I can kind of help you to kind of gear to what I need and what I'm asking. And forgive me for not being on screen. I'm not in a screen mode situation. But so you were in my head, actually, Danyelle. You were in my head this weekend because I went to Toledo, Ohio yesterday on a spur of the moment because I wasn't going to go. I made contact. My company was having a presentation, like a marathon. They did 3 presentations back to back, 1 to 4. And I have some contacts in Toledo, but I did not really make contact with them. And then finally, the day before, they said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be there." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I didn't hear from you, so I didn't think they were. So I had that planned. So then I had to make this spur of the moment trip to Toledo, Ohio, which is, only. It took me an hour and 18 minutes to get there. Even I picked up somebody from it would have took me less, but I picked up somebody that lived in Oak Park. Yeah, I mean, that whole experience, I went there. We had the presentation, the Toledo team, they had it really nice spread out. And only thing I took pictures of, I was so excited about the food that they provided for us. I took pictures of the food. I did take pictures of the people doing the presentation, which I usually do because it was just so enamored. I didn't even take pictures of the person that I invited to live there. They came and signed up. And we spent that time, and then I went to a coffee shop to meet another person that I met that I knew and that lived in Toledo. And then one of my business partners that went with me, her sister and brother-in-law came, and then we went to their house, beautiful house. I didn't take one picture, and I'm like, Danyelle will have a fit if she knew that I had all this going on. This is all content that I just let go by. So now I'm sitting here trying to recreate, and think about the Toledo sign. You can Google, because a lot of times I Google stuff that I know that pertain to me. So I was trying to Google the Welcome to Ohio sign because it was a road trip, and I didn't even take a picture of me in the car with the other person. What is wrong with me? I was like, oh my God, Danyelle will have a fit. She's supposed to be my social media guru coordinator, but how do I mean, that stuff just really is just supposed to be on our mind, but just take pictures and then put them together. So that's what I meant by tips.
Okay, I got you. So when in doubt, like you said, you missed the opportunity, then you can always put the camera on your face and give us a 10-minute story time or a 5-minute story time. Just like you explained everything, you can just be like, okay, I'm just gonna tell a story. That's the content right there. And then next time, you don't want to be one of these people that film everything, like somebody to sit there and film the whole concert. You just want to get at least 30 second snippets of what's going on. That 30 seconds is enough to generate something. So I tell people, you don't have to do everything, but just do enough so that you can create something. And if you don't have anything to create from, tell us a story about,
Mhm.
that's dope that you just got in the car and just went to, what is it? Went on a
Toledo.
road trip.
Hmm. That's encouraging. Okay, because that I can do. And let me ask you, story, because you're saying story time, so story and share the story. I usually don't do the stories because I don't like the fact that they go away in 24 hours. But somebody did tell me you can make your story stay by keep adding to it or something. How does
No,
that work?
the stories do go off at 24 hours. I usually have a story, like my post, let my post turn into a story so people can go from the story to the post. But sometimes that doesn't always happen. Stories is what keeps people engaged 24 hours. Okay.
Hmm.
So whatever you do, it's keeping it's keeping the eyeballs on you. That's what stories do. 30 seconds, like I said, it could be 5 seconds of something, or just a picture of something, or the fact that you took a picture and you tagged the location of where you're at. You're giving people something new and different to look at. And I didn't realize that people like watching me so much until I stopped. Sometimes I just stop because you do get overwhelmed, you do get bombarded. Yes, there are programs out here like a Hootsuite and everything, you can schedule everything out. But sometimes during the busy week, you get busy. It's like, oh, and I forgot, you can even schedule your posts and everything inside of Instagram and Facebook. So I'm going to start giving tips and tricks as to how to start doing this, but you may just need to start taking, I don't know, an hour out of your week to just focus on your social media. Do a recap. Okay. So you missed posting as you go along. Do a recap wheel. Okay, I went to Black Tech Saturday. I met Rosario, can't remember her name. I also met this, here's a person I took a picture with, especially if they have larger followings than you. You definitely want to make sure that you're doing some sort of post that's tagging them. Because remember, if they got 500,000 followers and they're, what is it, what is it, music video producer, you want to tag yourself with them so that their people can be interested. Who is this right here? Oh, okay, they look interesting. Nice. Or you want to tag yourself. So even if you missed to do it right here, right now, go back. Go back. And then the stories, like I said, they may stay up 24 hours. People like them short little stories. The people are so nosy, they want to know what's going on in your world. It's up to you to show them how much you really want to show them. Okay, Mama Evelyn, I would have took pictures of that house, the video of the house. That's a recap. Yes, I'm a homeowner and this is what happened to me, but luckily I got neighbors and I got spirit and my sister friends and the husbands and da 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 da. That's a wonderful. That's a wheel right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that teaching about not using the word squatters, that's a big teaching.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So today I'll be leaving in a few minutes. I'm going to be going and looking for, it's hard to find no trespassing signs. So I got to post them all up around the house and on the lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and an update to a story last week. I did get my cigar purse back with my lip bar makeup in it.
Oh, great.
3 weeks later, yes, I did. I did get it. They said that I had left it right there at the deli of the grocery store that I was at. Because what I did was I went and I took all these coins and put them in the coin star.
Oh,
So
okay.
I had like a whole list of things I was doing that day. And I didn't realize I left. And they was like, the one guy was like, I tried to contact you on Facebook. And the thing about Facebook is that a lot of people don't know, inside of Facebook, you have your chat. You also have what's called message requests. It's really weird for people who are not friends of yours. If they send you a message, it goes into a message request for you to accept them in order to communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never used it before, it's the weirdest thing ever because it's like you were not know. So he was messaging me and I wasn't getting the message because I I wasn't looking in the message request part. So what happened, the young lady was I left my Cash App card inside the cigar box. So what the young lady did was she sent me a pay request for $1 and left a message in the what's it for? And was like, you left your cigar purse at the deli. So that's how she was able to get in touch with me.
Wow.
To which I sent her a request back, $1 request back, and said, okay, here's my number. Why don't you text me? And then we were able to communicate from there. So I thought that was a smart way. Like, if I didn't leave that Cash App card in there, that box would still be sitting there, and I'll be sitting there wondering, like, what did I do with it?
Mhm.
So yes, I would say just post more often. You may think what you're doing in the stories that people are not finding it interesting. People find it interesting. They do. They really do. The back, either performing, taking a new class, cooking, trying a new meal. Some people say I expose them to new places they never thought that they would go to. I'm like, okay, I'm just showing you where I'm at and what I'm about. I'm about. That's it. That is it. So I'm trying to see. Oh, Adasi got moved to this Saturday. Hopefully we do not have any any rain like this Saturday. And I don't know what's going on this weekend. I know 4th of July is what, Thursday?
Yep, Thursday.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, see, I go to the boards. Somebody is doing a Caribbean African something.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the boards that you go to get information?
My main one, honestly, is Instagram. I follow, so for anybody that's like Black Tech Saturday, I make sure I follow Black Tech Saturday. I follow any resource like Visit Detroit, Detroit Parks and Recs. I try to follow any organization, the Wisdom Institute. I follow them because they're going to post the information about an event or something. I know African World Festival is coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all, at the Hart Plaza. That's the 12th. The 12th through the 14th. So next week. Next week, like literally, I'm looking at the calendar, like, oh wow. But African World Festival is next within 2 weeks, and that's usually where I find out everything of what's going on. Right now it's a lot of, Fork in Nigeria has a pop-up in Flint, Michigan. Just because they just posted 58 minutes ago. If you don't know, Fork in Nigeria is one of my favorite food trucks. It's right there on the Avenue of Fashion. And it's absolutely amazing for authentic Nigerian food. And I just sit down like with a cup of coffee and sit down and actually just go through and look, and see what's going on. There's the Idlewild Film Festival. They have a film festival. Film going on called Negalita, racially, radically Black, ethnically Latina. And it looks interesting. But that's the Idlewild Film Festival. And I think it debuts July 14th with a special screening and an honorable mention. So that looks interesting. And I just sit down and look. I mean, people say they're afraid to get on social media because all the mess that's on there. But if you accept the mess and engage in the mess, that's all that's going to show up on your feed. I don't look at fighting videos or the craziness and everything. I don't look at that stuff. so it doesn't show up in my feed. And it isn't bad story time. I actually had a guy send me a picture of 2 girls fighting. I'm sitting here like, why would you send that to me? He's like, oh, I thought you might. I'm like, what gave you the indication that I even sit there and I watch violence like that? What give you anything like that? Because if you thought wrong. Like don't send me stuff like that, because I don't even want that type of stuff in my spirit. So like I'm just going through seeing what's going on. The 2000 summer music series. So the city of Detroit has that. Their music where they have like opera in the park or R&B at the Spirit Plaza, and I just sit down and I just look and see. And then sometimes you don't always have to share a picture. For me, it might be affirmations like this one right here. July will be filled with love. July will be filled with peace. July will be filled with healing. July will be filled with progress. July will be filled with blessings. July will be filled with happiness. And July will be filled with opportunity. And I just shared that to my story because I believe, yes, I will take all that in the month of July. Yes, let's go. So sometimes I just sit down and look and just see what's going on. Like I heard the BET Awards were last night. I was asleep, had a busy week. And I just take a look and see what is going on. Kickstart, Joe Randazzo's Marketplace. They got Kickstart Meal Prep Monday with unbeatable savings. So they got fruits and veggies for $1. $1.49 quart, $2 boxes instead of $5.99 at the grocery store. So it sounds like I need to make my way to Joe Randazzo's today. That's a deal. That's a nice deal. They have bags of fruit, bags of vegetables and stuff like that. This looks pretty good. So yeah. Just start looking at the board. I call them the boards because it's like between that and Facebook. But I'm more on Instagram than anything else. And then TikTok I kind of look at throughout the day. So yeah, I want to see more stories. I want to see what's going on, what you're interested in. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard Gretchen Whitmore is eyed as being I don't want them to take our governor. I like our governor. But she might make a good president. She probably could. It'd be a possible replacement for Biden should he step down. So my question is, why are they always looking for somebody else? How come they ain't looking for Carmilla?
Good question.
She's a Black woman.
But she's already in place.
Right.
That's why she should be considered, because she is already in place and she does have experience, and she'd be a great president. I'm not on, I can't show my face. My hair looks a mess.
You're talking to hair people. And you're talking to hair people and you're talking about your hair being a mess.
No, that's what I was saying. I was agreeing exactly with you. It'd be easier because she's already in place. She's already, there. She's like the second in command.
Absolutely, but that's
So
why I think because she's a Black woman. A Black woman being president before a white woman.
Well, one of the things is she have to run. She didn't run, so how can they, vote for somebody who didn't even run?
Well, no, how can they look at Gretchen as being a replacement and she's not running?
She's never worked in the White House.
Mm.
Well, you don't have to work in the White House as a requirement to be president. In my opinion, I think both of them are just way too old. They don't look like they're gonna last with the stress of what that job requires. And Trump is already crazy to begin with. We don't need him again. I don't even know how he can, as a felon. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm sitting here taking my pure herbs as we
You
talk.
there you go, Queen. You
Yeah, I think the consideration should be and be put out there that if you vote for Biden and something happened, Carmela is ready to go because it's,
Mhm.
you know, they've already selected the two people for each side. So it has to be the pump up of that if something happened were to happen to him, then who would replace him? It would be Carmela. So, you know, why, you know, they need to pump that.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've talked to several people, clients that I was working with over the weekend, and a lot of people, after watching the debate, they don't want to vote at all.
At all.
And I said, that's terrible. Like, that's the worst thing you can do. That is one way that Trump will get in if we don't vote at all. I
And
mean,
people forget you can write in a name. You can write in a name. So I'm like, you don't have to pick the people that are, and Trump and Biden are the only two for the political, what is it, the Democrats and the Republican. You still got the liberals, you still got the conservatives, you still got the green ticket. I mean, it's more people running than just what you see in front of your face.
I think Marianne Williamson would be wonderful. That's the only person I've ever put money behind. When she first ran, Marianne, you know, she is, I don't know if you know of her, but she is totally, she's taught the Course in Miracle over the years. She's from Unity Temple. She's badass. She's badass. And she doesn't have all the drama behind her, you know, in her life and stuff. And she is, you know, she's good. I've listened to her and stuff. So if I was going to write someone's name in there with her, but she did, and she did run. She did run. And you know, but a lot of people, one, her being a woman, two, her being she's a spiritual woman. She's not, you know, she's not a Christian or Buddhist, or she's none of that. She's just, you know, sincere in her calling. She's written tons of books. She knows a lot of people were supporting her, you know. So if I was to write anybody's name in, it would be her. I mean, she at the beginning when she first ran, she said, "I will take him down." I will take him down because she understands the spirit that is behind Trump, you know, and so working from a different aspect, and I listened to the town hall meetings that she had, and so on and so forth. But if you've never listened to her, listen to her. You know, if not for this one, consider, because she, you know, she has to build the momentum of who she is and such. But a lot of people know who she is and have gone to her meetings, and then she's tiny, you know. So I've heard, I remember when she was running that first time, and I was talking to her and the brothers. I was in Kansas. I was in California, and they looked at me like that little white girl. I'm like, that girl is bad. She is bad, and she knows politics, and she knows. I advise you to check her out for the next one. If not, you know, if you're going to write a name in, check her out. You know, and the other thing is, I don't know much about Carmela. Am I saying her name is Carmela or Camilla? As far as, you know, her being out there and doing things and stuff like that. And I know she does, and I know she is. But yeah, if I was to write a name in, it would be more liberal. She was liberal, and then liberal, but she went Democrat because she knew that there was, that was not going to be much power. Many people either it's like only two, you either Republican or you Democrat. So she did run on the Democratic platform. But yeah, there's some forces out there that are happening. There's some stuff that is coming out about this world, the good and the evil. And you get to choose in your study which one sounds more for the people and representing God, although on both sides it will be like, to me, the Republicans, I mean, in the way of Trump, is more from the evil doing thing. And Bush, what I was looking at Rush and said Bush. Our president now, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Biden.
Biden.
Yeah, Biden is because he's old. And, I feel like with Biden, it's almost like voting in my mama. And I know she was there sometimes and not there sometimes. And you have to make some decisions really quick, although he's been used to doing it. And I'm sure that the whole cabinet, with Obama and all of them helping him, like we would help my mom and she was in that kind of position of leadership, because that's where it is, not where that he's not, it's more the competency and how long will he be here? Will he be here the whole 4 years? It's just that thing. And so that they should be putting her up more, and that there's the backup, there's the team that's with him. Yeah. Oh, you was chewing.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
No. So I'm just saying the choices. I mean, if Trump is talking, he's lying. It's like a lawyer,
No.
joke about the lawyer, they're going to be lying, so what our choices is thin, and we need some youth, we need young people. Yeah, anyway, it's 10:03 and
I wanted to say Lakeisha's on here. Sweetie, thank you so much. And your husband was a hero. Just wanted you to know. Lakeisha.
on mute.
Oh, is she?
I'm sorry. There we go.
Okay.
Well, I am so excited. I'm even more excited that today is July 1, July the 1st. We're doing another 30-day challenge. Y'all want to see my face? Here we go.
Yeah, let's see your face.
We're doing another 30-day challenge. It's July the 1st. We're in our third quarter. Let's get it in. I can't wait till Wednesday.
Yes. All right.
Okay, I wanted to ask Danyelle. So I know you said you were going to do a 7-day challenge for the social media. So do we have our first assignment is to just post a story? Is that the first
Your first
assignment?
your first assignment is to post. I'm gonna make it interesting. Post at least 3 stories a day from this Monday to next Monday.
Oh God, you know what? If you'd have said one story a day,
Right? Can we start small?
Baby steps. Now you gotta do
Baby steps. Baby steps. One.
Well, the reason why I was thinking,
for the
okay, you
challenge
got
for one.
morning, you got noon, and you got night.
yeah, and we got
you should have baby
got life.
steps. Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear Queen? She said, and we got life. Okay, so all right, I'm taking the challenge. So when you say 3 stories a day, one morning, one noon, and night on the same story thing, or in our post,
No,
or
no, no,
both,
no.
or a
It's something
combination.
it's a combination. And remember, the story does not have to always be something about you. Like I said, I found some positive affirmation for July that I love that I already shot to my stories. That counts as a story.
Yeah.
It could be something I want. Okay, so let's put it like this. I want something that deals with you and your business or what you're passionate and purpose about. So like for Queen of Dooney, it should be something about singing or Black Tech Saturday or something of that nature. If it's a post that you did, then take your post and shoot it to your story so that everybody in your atmosphere knows to go look at that post. Then the next one could be, like I said, a positive affirmation or something that you find interesting. For me, I'm a foodie. So if I find a food recipe, which I just saw like a couple, I might put up there, yeah, this looks interesting. I might cook this for the 4th or something to that nature. And then the last one was it yourself, something. It could be something that share a story of somebody else. Better yet, share a story from one of the Elizabeths. So instead of just randomly sharing a story from somebody else, share another Elizabeth story.
I'm going to commit to 2. 1 in the day, 1 in the evening. 3, it ain't even, it ain't.
Okay, we'll say 2 to 3. Okay, we'll make it 2 to 3. And then we as Elizabeth should be looking out for our other Elizabeths. And you can like somebody else's what you call it, story. You can like the story. You're like, oh, that looks interesting. Okay. And then share it amongst ourselves.
Cool beans.
I shared Terry Gant. She just graduated. That was coming on here, but she, yeah, she graduated. Yeah, got her bachelor's degree. So I shared that. So
I saw that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I tagged you all in it this morning.
I saw that. I think I liked that, but I did see that. Like, okay, congratulations, Terry.
I like it like that. I like.
Oh, so is that the song? Is that the song that's on the chart, Sheila?
Yep. So I will be telling the story this week about I like. Oh wait, when we were singing the song, when we were playing the song yesterday, and we was up dancing and stuff, and I said, I know why the Latin community like that. Because that girl, see, when they started talking about what she's doing and all that stuff, I said, them little Latin girls are like moving around and stuff. I said, I get it. I get it. They like, I like. And then the brother, I like it like that. Yeah. I said, words when they start moving around. Yeah. You want to close us out, sweetheart?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I want to say let's go ahead.
So we'll start closing out, and then somebody will start talking. Is everybody complete? Close us out.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and give ourselves a hug. You guys were a great audience. I'm gonna look forward to seeing your stories. And give yourself a hug. Give the world a hug. Yeah. All the love, the joy, the peace, the happiness, and everything. And we will see you tomorrow with Health and Wellness with Deetra and Stacy. And I look forward to seeing your stories.
Yes. Peace out.
Peace out.